Then, after years of planning, they flew into history. This is the actual cockpit video of their mission. Flying 100 feet above the ground, they dodged Jordanian and Saudi radar. So far, so good. When they finally crossed the Euphrates River, the dome of the reactor appeared in their sights. Then, one by one, they dropped their bombs. The bombs hit their target.
And you didn't have smart bombs back then, did you?
We didn't have smart bombs, but we had smart bombers.
Iraq's nuclear program was blown apart, and all the pilots returned safely home. Iftach Spector was one of them.
When you got back to Israel, you were acclaimed superheroes, saviors of the Jewish nation.
We postponed a threat, a real threat, and this, I mean, the heroes were not us, the decision makers were the heroes on this, because they showed the world what's right and what's wrong.
Today, Israel's decision makers are faced with a similar choice. Will they take out Iran's nuclear facilities? The Israelis hope they won't have to, but can they do it? The pilots who flew on the Baghdad mission are convinced that the Iranians will be ready. Zev Raz was the mission's commander.
We had one point to destroy. They have many points, many of them deep under the mountains, under the ground. And it's a much more complicated problem than in '81.
Do you think Israel could do it?
I really hope it will be solved in another way. There is only one thing worse than the Israeli Air Force having to do it, is Iran having a nuclear bomb.
It's a scenario which reminds Air Force Commander Skedy of the Holocaust. He often gives this photograph to his officers. It shows Israeli Air Force planes flying over Auschwitz.
We should remember, we cannot forget, we should trust only ourselves.
And you believe that?
I totally believe that.
Skedy and many other Israeli officers are from families who survived the Holocaust.
In a letter to your commanders, you compared the leaders of Iran today to Hitler.
In those days, people didn't believe that Hitler was serious about what he said.
You mean back in 1930s?
Yes, and I suggest us not to repeat this way of thinking and to prepare ourselves to what they are planning.
Can you tell me what that means?
We should be prepared for everything.
This past week, the CIA told Congress it believed that last September, the Israeli Air Force bombed and destroyed a nuclear reactor in Syria.